Hi everyone, I'm Drew.
And I'm Rosie.
I'm the creative director of Time for Kids.
And my mom's the editor-in-chief. Ever since I was little, Drew's been teaching me how to draw all of my favorite things.
We figured since a lot of you are home right now, we could all learn to draw together.
You can share your drawings with us online and tell us what you want to learn to draw.
We really want to thank our creativity partner Adobe for making this all possible. This is Draw with Drew.
And Rosie. Welcome back, and thanks to everyone who sent in their master copies from last week. They're all so good.
It's really impressive how much work everyone's put into these, and we always love to see so many different types of art and so many different artists that have been inspiring to kids out there.
Yeah.
Okay, Rosie, something special happening this week? I forgot.
Yeah, so our special guest star today is Raina Telgemeier.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting, right? I know you're a big fan.
I am.
Me too. How come you like her so much?
I like all of her books, and her illustrations always say it all.
My number one tip if you want to be an artist is just read books. You need to develop your visual imagination, and reading is the number one way to do that. So Raina's really good at understanding how to translate her own visual imagination onto the page.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff she's written about, like Sisters, literally is exactly me and my sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so the topic for today is books, right? So everyone watching, think about a scene in your favorite book or a book cover or something. Let's take the words and use our visual imagination to translate it into art. What do you think about that plan?
It's very good. I already have an idea.
Oh, you do? What is it?
I was thinking that I could do something about quarantine because this is a big part of our lives right now. So it's gonna be home.
Okay. There you go.
What are you gonna do?
So when I was your age, one of my very favorite books was The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And I've always wanted to do a drawing from that book. So I kind of jumped the gun and started this one a little while back. So I'm a little further along.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you ready to get started?
I'm ready.
Okay, everyone at home, think about what your favorite book is or favorite story, and let's start putting it onto paper.
Okay.
Hi, Raina. This is so exciting. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. How about you?
Oh, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me on today. This is great.
Hi, I'm Rosie.
Hey, Rosie.
I love all your books.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
So Rosie has an idea for a book.
Yeah, let's hear it, Rosie.
So I was thinking about doing something called Home, about kind of quarantine.
That's the perfect title for quarantine books, I think.
Yeah.
How many people live in your house?
4.
Well, I guess 3 people live in my house, but 2 of them are cats. So I have to figure out what my quarantine comic is going to be too. And the thing that I've learned to do since being home for the past 2 months is I've learned how to bake bread. And a lot of other people seem to be doing that too. So maybe this would be something that we all share in common. So I was thinking about making a book called Bread.
I did it.
So just like the cover of Smile and Guts and Sisters, it could just be like a circle. So I was thinking of doing like a loaf of bread, maybe with a face on it. I think I'm just gonna start sketching and see what happens. I think this is gonna work out well. What color should this cover be? I mean, if it's bread, the thing in the center is gonna be sort of a yellowish brown. So what would that look good on top of?
Maybe you could do like a pinkish color.
A pinkish color? Okay.
I know you don't have the same colors as me, but a rose farde.
A rosy color. I like this brainstorming thing we're doing.
Yes. So when did you start drawing comics?
I started drawing comics when I was about 10. And then I didn't get my first book published until I was 28.
Wow.
So it took 18 years between me deciding that I liked making comics and wanted to do it for a living and actually getting one published.
Were there certain illustrators that you admired that you looked
Yeah, big fan of Calvin and Hobbes by Bill Watterson.
at? Me too.
Pretty much the best.
Yeah. Okay, Rosie, you ready to hear a few tips and tricks about drawing?
Yes, I'm ready.
So for everyone following along at home, I want to capture a mood, right? The best way to do that sometimes is with light and shadow. So much of this drawing is in darkness, except one little bit. And those kinds of shadows and that light capture that mysterious kind of mood, right?
So cool.
Yeah. Do you have any questions that you want to ask Rosie while we're talking or while we're hanging out like this?
Yeah. Why are the Ghost and Drama covers different?
Smile and Sisters and Guts are all stories about my real life. They're all about things that have happened to me. And we wanted to make sure that if I write stories that aren't about me and aren't about things that happen to me, that they're visually distinctive from the others.
We were just talking about that, how personal experiences just come off as so genuine, and that's why your books are so special and exciting to kids. Rosie's basically had the same fights with her sister that you wrote about in Sisters.
Oh no, you're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding. It's fine. We get along sometimes.
Oh, that's good.
So do you have any tips for like amateurs like us when you do drawing?
I don't think you're an amateur at all. You've got this channel and you've got this show. I started drawing when I was little, and it was just like my favorite characters. So I would draw Mickey Mouse, and I would draw the Care Bears. I love the Smurfs. So I just drew things that I saw and that I liked, and I didn't worry too much about whether it was good. I just learned how to make shapes and put them on paper. And then when I was like 9 or 10 years old, I started trying to make up my own characters. And eventually I started putting them into comic strips. But it was all really personal. And eventually I was like, maybe people would be interested in reading about this stuff. So I was really just like practicing my whole life for this job, and I had no idea.
Which was your favorite book of them to make?
Gosh, I like making all of my books, but Smile is still like the most pure expression of just who I am. I wrote it first, and I wrote it without an editor. I just started making it.
That's
Smile actually took almost 5 years from start to finish.
Wow.
And that was because I had another job while I was working on the first part of Smile. I was the illustrator for the Babysitter's Club series.
Ooh.
So yeah, that was my full-time job for a while.
I love those books.
Oh, thank you.
Here's another tip for everyone working at home. When you walk into a bookstore, you got a lot of books on a shelf. Everyone's kind of walking by very quickly, and you want to visually catch their eye and get their attention. So the other thing I did is that it's all black and white except for the one little bit of color. That color contrast draws your eye, and it makes them look there and say, oh, no, there's something different there.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right, it's coming together.
Ooh.
So it's sourdough?
Yes. I know that everybody's baking bread right now, but I started doing it like 2 weeks beforehand. And it's been a really great activity. Like, it's something fun to do, and it's cool because you can share it with people.
So cool. Drew, how's your book cover coming along?
I think I'm almost done. You want to see?
Yes.
Raina, I got really excited about this drawing, so I started mine a couple days ago.
That's so good. Looks so realistic.
That's fantastic.
Thanks.
Do you want to see mine?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
So good. The way you made the little lines makes it look like much better bread.
I could just see it being your next book.
If that's your next book, I'm gonna feel so special.
We brainstormed it together. Yeah, I'm actually quite pleased with myself for knocking this out in 10 minutes time. If we have a little bit of time left, I can do another drawing, like a quick sketch of like us maybe, just like hanging out.
My mom, she was like, we're gonna try to get Rain and Telgemeier on the show. I'm like, what? That's so cool. And then I started running in circles.
That's awesome. Yeah, I did exactly the same thing. I also ran in circles.
All right, I think I'm done.
Let's see.
Whoa, I really like that.
Thank you.
Oh, you've got your imprint at the bottom, right? Rosy ink.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
It looks like Raina's a little bit.
And Rosie, I thought your house turned out great too.
Thank you.
I'll show you where I'm at.
Yes. Awesome.
You can name a character after me if you want. It's fine.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Okay.
Raina, thank you so much for coming on the show today. We're so excited, and we're both big fans.
I was so excited. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. That was so fun.
Can you believe we got her to come on the show? That's amazing.
I cannot believe it. I was literally running around in circles. Literally.
Oh, I saw. So why don't we check in on our art directors of the week and see how they're doing at home?
Yes, let's see.
Hi, Drew and Rosie.
Hola, Julie Rosie.
My name is Luca, and I'm going to be drawing the cover of my favorite book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
My name is Gala, and my favorite book is Alice in Wonderland because it takes you somewhere you never even knew existed.
I chose this book because I like the adventures in the story and stuff like that. I chose colored pencils as a material so I could get more detail.
Alice in Wonderland makes me feel like draw something mysterious, draw something odd, awkward, queer. You're not gonna see purple grass. You're not gonna see a mushroom that is blue and green. So that's why I chose these colors, to make you wonder.
See you later, Drew and Rosie. Have fun drawing.
Wow.
These are so creative.
Which is cool, right?
Yeah.
So everyone hanging out with us at home, keep going, take your time, and share your art with us when you're done. Thanks again to our creativity partner, Adobe. And don't forget, if you want to put all your drawings into a really cool portfolio, try Adobe Spark. It's a fun way to share memories with friends and family. And best of all, it's free.
Remember to have your parents email us your Adobe Spark portfolios or pictures of your artwork, or share them on social media with the hashtag #DrawWithDrew. And make sure to tune in next week for our last episode.
Last episode.
What was that?
You feel like you learned a lot? That's awesome. All right, Rosie, see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.